Hello Swapper Shoppers, it's me. Now this week, we're going to be saving you a lot of money. The reason being is that I spend 65p a day at work usually. Now that's usually your chocolate bar, your bag of crisps, etc. And yeah, you do get a fairly big size bag. So I thought, what about if we have a budget of £3.25 per week, and I have a rule. I have to have at least one breakfast snack and at least one general snack. So that's either for lunch or later in the afternoon before I leave work. That has to be a total of 10 snacks under the £3.25 budget per week. If I have any leftover money at the end of the week, I'll roll it over to the following week, which means if I'm really savvy, I could potentially save up a load of money and then splash the money at the end of the month, for example, on some more luxury items. And you might be thinking, well, that just means it's going to go to all the bargain shops every single week. No, not necessarily. I'm going to mix and match. If I'm passing a bargain shop, I might give it a try, see if there's anything unique in there that's a great bargain. However, if I'm doing my weekly shop at, let's say, Tesco or Sainsbury's, sure, I'm going to get something from there. Whatever I think is going to be the best bargain. So this week, so far, I think I've done an amazing start. So I'll tell you the figures at the end. You can take a guess as to how much I've spent. Okay, so starting off, remember, I'd normally buy 65p worth of crisps per day, right? So that's £3.25 just on 5 packets of crisps. Already, I've got these fish and chip biscuit crisps. Now, they're the baked kind of snacks. Now, the kind of biscuits to me, but I suppose you could call them snacks, like I think the potatoey snacks. They're called just baked snacks. Now, they're a bit like mini cheddars, I suppose. You'd call them crisps, so I'd call these crisps. 5 in a packet. Now, the reasonably sized packets, they're 25 grams per serving. That's the same as any other multi-pack that you buy from like Walker's or McCoy's. So I'm really impressed with that. Again, you'd think already that was my £3.25 budget gone, right? No. Next up, so that is my, I would say, lunchtime snack that I've gone for. Remember, all I have to do is one breakfast snack and one kind of midday to afternoon snack. Next, I've got 8 breakaways. Now, these are pretty big biscuits. They're about 100 calories per biscuit, so they're a good snack. Average about, like, a Kit Kat is like 110, 120. Breakaways, 8 in a packet. So remember, I only need Monday to Friday. That means I've got spare. So not only each week am I going to have spare money, potentially, but I might have spare snacks. So what they're going to do is they're going to go into a snack box, and I'll keep you regularly updated each week as to what's left in the snack pot and the snack box, what's left in money and what's left in the box itself. Now remember, this is still within the £3.25 budget. Already I've got way more food for my money. But it don't stop there. I needed a breakfast item, you say. Breakfast item. These are Alpenlight salted caramel. They're only 70 calories, so a great breakfast snack. Now I'm probably going to have the breakfast snack slightly later in the day, probably between 10 and 11, because I usually have an early lunch. But again, 5 in a pack, 1 per day. That is my breakfast sorted. So again, I've got breakaways, I've got Alpenlights, and I've got the Burton's fish and chip salt and vinegar. Already, how much do you think this was? Now I can tell you that much, I'm never going to go over budget, even if it means buying less food. So to prove it, I have the receipt. So this week I did make a trip to a discount store. I went to Heron Foods. There's nothing wrong with Heron, it's a great supermarket, if you can even call it a supermarket. Now the only problem is they give you 2 receipts, not sure why. Right, let's have a look. So we've got the breakaways to start with. So let's start with the breakaways. So how much do you think the breakaways are? Leave your guesses in the comments. Remember, you get 8 breakaways. So not only have I got 1 per day, I've also got 3 extras. The breakaways were £1.25. Amazing value. Right, so that's breakaways. Next, I'm going to start with my Alpenlights. So remember, get 5 in a pack. The Alpenlights, get this, 89p. 89p for your breakfast every single morning. Yeah, okay, it's only a small bar, but how much do you want for your breakfast? You want a light snack just to tide you through. That is perfect for me. And then we're going to finish it off with the Burton's fish and vinegar. No, fish and vinegar, salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar baked snacks. Now again, you get 5 packets. Now looking at this, we have spent 85p for 5 packets. I think that's an absolute bargain considering these are 25 gram packets. I think that's amazing value for money. Now remember, in total, I have spent £2.99. £2.99, which means I've got 26p rolling over for next week already. Already a bonus. Not only have I got all of these snacks, but then I've also got money to add to the budget for next week. Amazing, no brainer. Right, and remember, this, I keep saying remember, but this is absolutely incredible value for money if you compare it to what you're spending before. I'm not saying that this is the cheapest possible stuff you can buy. It's all about reframing your mind in this kind of financial crisis that everyone seems to be in at the minute. Just rein back and look at what your money actually buys you, divvy it out throughout the week, and you're surprised at how much you get. And remember, this isn't even like bargain food. I haven't even got the cheapest possible crisps or whatever. These are good brand crisps. They're really tasty. They're not just like Tesco value packets of crisps. Alpen, again, it's not even a knockoff brand. It's proper brand. I'm trying to get good brands, not stuff that you don't really look forward to eat. And again, Breakaways, Nestle. These are branded foods. So, it's Monday. Now, I have had today off work, so I'll have to start from the Tuesday. So what I'll do is I'll ultimately have some selection of these throughout the week. And then what I'm going to do is probably every Saturday or Sunday, I'll go and do my usual shop, and I'll include these within the usual shop. So remember, I've got the £3.25 from this week that I spent, but I had 26p left over, which means I'm going to roll it over. So not only have I got the £3.25 for next week, but I've also got an extra 26p. So I've got £3.51 to spend for next week, which is amazing. So I'm looking forward to this. If you follow along, you'll probably wonder where you can keep a track of all these products. Now, if you go to swappershopper.uk, I've got all of the products and I'm going to list them down. I'm going to hopefully have some kind of filter system so you can see it alphabetically, lowest to highest in terms of price. I think that'd be a great way to do it. So that way, if you're looking for a mixture of things to buy and you want to make your own budgets per week, go for it. If you want to spend £4 a week, go for it. If you want to spend £2, you could still do that. All you need to do is knock one of these products off and you're pretty much there. Like, it's not that much difference. So I think £3.25 is a good budget per week. So we'll go with that. And until the next episode, if you want to hit subscribe down below and hit the like button. If you want to follow along with this series, again, it's going to be a weekly series on top of all the other content that I'm going to be providing to you. You want to stick around for this. But until then, Swapper Shopper out. Ciao.